Hey guys, what's up? We're back, believe it or not. We haven't given up. We're building traction. We're moving towards something big. What is it? Maybe another episode. But regardless, we're here to talk about building traction. It's me, Joseph. You know my boy Andre.
Yo,
Hey yo, hey yo. Just to let you guys know, we just recorded an episode. We listened to it. It sounded like shit. We were fucking crazy. More or less, it made no sense to us, and we just talked it. So we're coming back. We're not giving up. It's fucking 12:30. I know that I'm gonna be busy as shit tomorrow, and Andre knows too. So we're working on it, we're grinding it out, and we're here to give you guys some real fucking content. We're here to talk about traction. First things first, we're going to give you little kind of tips and tricks that we use to maintain this traction and not feel like we're just spinning in one spot and, out of control. For me, I like to set goals for the day, set goals for the week, set goals for the month, set goals for the year, and set goals for the next 3 years. Um, my goal for the day was do something nice for a stranger. My goal for the week was spend more time with family because I'm leaving for an entire year. My goal for the month was do something big for my family. So we had a dinner. I really wanted to show them that kind of compassion and love and appreciation for all the support that they've shown me this year. I wanted to build something big with my friends. I've done that on multiple occasions. And now Andre and I, this is coming to fruition. We're building something big. Um, whether it takes off, whether it gets traction is beyond the point. We're building good habits, and that's the traction that we need right now. My goal for the next 3 years, find another means of income, have it be something that I love, and just keep growing. How do some of those things fit into your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly schedule, Andre? And how do you kind of keep all that in balance?
well, that's a really good question. And first things first, I just wanted to mention that Joseph's goals are not just a one category type goals. They're not just a financial, they're not just a fitness type of goals. He has goals set for basically a variety of life. He doesn't just stop at financial freedom or passive income. No, he does nice things to strangers. He is leaving for a whole year to Colombia, going tomorrow at 5 a.m. This is podcast at 1 a.m. So basically sacrificing sleep. That's what a lot of people tend to oversee. It's all that grind and all that momentum that gets put into these goals. It's not just setting a goal, but keeping going with it on a daily basis. You have to wake up, you have to do something that will progress to that goal, that will get you closer and closer to that goal, whether it is your daily, your weekly, monthly. You don't have to give yourself 5 different goals. If you want to just start off with weekly and a monthly, you can work towards those yearly goals. But starting off somewhere and setting a goal is definitely the very first step. So that leads me to the second point. Obviously, if you set yourself a goal, but don't hold yourself accountable for that goal, well, then what's the point of even setting that goal in the first place, right? Like, all those New Year's resolution people that, go to the gym and they, quit the gym after, a month. February comes and they're basically back to their old habits. Why didn't they stick with it? What made them set that goal in the first place? Well, they wanted to be fit. They wanted to have a six pack. They wanted to have whatever it was, that dream, that spark that they had, come January 1st, basically sort of fading away. Why did that happen? Well, they set a goal, but they never held themselves accountable for that goal. So a really good way, I think, setting a goal and holding yourself accountable is tell somebody, share your story. Doesn't matter how stupid or how ashamed you are, how embarrassed you are to tell anyone or everyone about this. Tell your family, tell your friends. Post this on social media, post it on Facebook, put it out there so people can see it, and then give you shit if you don't follow through with it. That is basically the best weapon that you can have, is telling you, is somebody out there, your workout buddy, your partner, you know um your friends, because once that time comes and you have to go face them, well, then nobody would like to be in those shoes. So you will passively really try your best, your hardest, to make sure you achieve that goal.
Yo.
Another
Give us an example. What is your accountability mechanism? What do you do to remain accountable, Andre?
Well, I basically talk to you, Joseph. You are my accountability. He is always on my ass if I do not follow through. And sometimes it happens, life gets in the way, shit happens. But anytime I talk to Joe, he basically puts me straight, he lets me know, hey, why are you not uploaded your YouTube video by when? Well, I had issues with that. Like, that's not an excuse. Like, I have my video. Where's your video? You know what I mean? So again, that's a really good friend that will tell you how it is. He won't sugarcoat it. He'll tell you, like, hey, like, get your shit together.
And it's the same for me. Andre is definitely an accountability measure for me. And what we want to get through to you guys is, what are you using as that accountability? Is it the social media? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it your business partner? Is it somebody who you're joining a venture with? What is going to keep you accountable so you can achieve those goals? You can keep clawing forward and you can keep moving forward, but if you don't set goals, you're never going to get anywhere. But if you don't hold yourself accountable for those goals, well, you're just never going to get anywhere and you're never going to complete them, right? So again, I just want to reiterate it to you guys. Hold yourself accountable. Next thing's next. This is really tough to do. It's tough to maintain a balance between, me hanging out with Andre, me spending time with Melissa, me, running my business, me making art, me making sure that my fitness is up to par, me eating healthy, me doing all these things that just adds to this, this kind of clarity of life for me, or like what I need to remain in a nice sphere of influence. Find your balance. That's going to be different for everybody. What does find your balance mean to you?
Well, exactly. So, finding my balance could basically, to me, means, having a really good balance between work, but then also not to forget to actually enjoy your life. You could be grinding through life, all your 20s and all your 30s, and you might be financially successful or whatever it is that you would have achieved. But if you don't have, fun doing it, what is the point of doing it? So, treating yourself is a really great way of keeping that life and balance, work and life balance, whether it is taking your girl out to dinner, enjoying a nice movie out, but that doesn't mean that you should be doing this on a daily basis, right? So that could be a really nice treat at the end of the really hard work week, if I may.
Taking your girl out for dinner. That's what Andre was just giving. He was just doing a little shout out to me and my girl, because one thing we love to do, and how do we reward ourselves, which is part of our balancing act, is we go out for dinner. We love to talk about the atmosphere. We love to talk about the environment, the food, the quality, everything that goes into the place. Like when you go out, you're paying for that atmosphere, for that adventure of the environment. And that's just a little treat for us. So don't forget that when you hold yourself accountable and you're moving forward, you're building these traction, you're setting these goals, you're being a hard ass on yourself, your friends are being hard on you. Don't forget to reward yourself. Andre tells me all the time that I'm doing a good job. And what do? I tell him all the time when he's doing shit, but then I also let him know when he did fucking amazing. And that is the first thing that I tell him. I said, dude, listen, your video was fan fucking tastic. This, and this I absolutely loved. Boom, pump that guy's tires. He's riding this crazy fucking high. He's already pumped me up. We're both riding this crazy high. And then I tell him, okay, we need to work on this. And he's got that motivation. He's got that fucking drive built up because I just told him what he was doing awesome. And he's like, yeah, dude, tell you what, that shit that was going wrong, I'm going to set that right, and that's never going to be a problem again. And that's what we do. That's how we move forward. That's how we build momentum. That's how we continue building traction. Andre, you want to send these guys off? You want me to send them off?
Well, I'd just like to add one more thing, guys. You see how passionate Joe is just getting by talking about this. I've never heard this guy curse so much, other than when he gets super amped up. And at this point, he's amped up because it's something that he loves to do. You see that spark in his eye, and that's all you need to find. You guys find somebody that you can share this adventure with. And all it does take for this to start is to find one person. You know what I mean? Put yourself out there, guys. Find this one person, share your story, and get traction going.
Get that traction and don't stop, right? Keep clawing forward. But if you guys heard something, I'm going to say it again and again and again. If you guys heard something that you think somebody needs to hear, that you needed to hear, anything whatsoever, you thought it was batshit crazy, I want you guys to actually leave a comment. I want you guys to tell us your thoughts. We put our thoughts out there all the time. I want to hear back from you guys. I think that that's super, super important. And like, share, subscribe. But most of all, you guys, I think you guys deserve a reward. Go out, reward yourself, give yourself something nice. Don't get too crazy. Don't get spoiled, but do something enough that makes you appreciate everything that you've done for yourself thus far. Until then, you guys, see you next time.